Now let's work on finding your show name. Presumably, you're going to stick with this name for some period of time. And here are the steps. You want to brainstorm 5 or 10 potential names, write some things down. Okay, but then we take it a step further. You should open up ChatGPT or your AI tool of choice because there are lots of other ones out there and let it know that you are putting together a podcast. You write that in there and you let it know the vibe and all the other, some of the other stuff that we've worked on and say you're brainstorming ideas. So I had you first write down a few ideas, but now you're going to ask the AI for some ideas. And I usually ask for 20 and say, give me 20 names that would make a good podcast. And it'll list out 20 and you'll see how the other brain, you had your human brain, now the AI brain, is coming up with different ideas for a podcast. And you can ask it questions and say, well, I want something that's more playful or more thoughtful or more professional. Keep asking it and get it to come up with new ideas, and say, this is a first choice. Oh, I like this a little bit more. What if we combine these? And then after you've done that, I'm going to have you do one other thing, something that could be a little frustrating, but is worth doing. You either go over to Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Those are the two big platforms. And you can do a search. By the way, if you're not familiar with it, you should get familiar with it. Both of them are apps that you can download on your phone. I'm pretty sure you can download Apple Podcasts on a non-Apple phone, but probably not, in which case you'd go to Spotify. And you're going to type in. So if you come up with a name called At the End of the Day, if that were the name of your podcast, you want to search on there to see if somebody else has that title. And guess what? Spoiler alert, a lot of these titles are taken. And here's what you might do next. You might come up with a good subheadline for the title of the show, and then that makes it a unique title. But ideally, you're not coming up with a name that 85 other people are using. But again, the workaround is that you're coming up with a subheadline, the colon, and then this is the rest of the headline, or with Jess Todtfeld, and that makes it unique enough that you avoid legal issues, but you're able to get your podcast out there. Now, ideally, it's something that's never been chosen, but that has become more and more challenging as time goes on. So you can work back and forth and you can look. And if you are somebody who's going to have a session with me, then now you're showing up to the session with some of these ideas already figured out. And then we can decide if it really is a great idea or if we should rethink and come up with something else. On the checklist, you're going to write down your 3 top choices and then ultimately the final selection. So make sure you do that.